Zay's Q Jones, your DVD and Blu-ray baller on a budget, and this is HQ Videos for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please like, share, subscribe. If you're a current subscriber, what's up? You're greatly appreciated. Come on in. You know the routine. This week, following up on my best of the decades science fiction movies, we're rolling into the 90s. And my number one pick for science fiction movies of the 90s, in my opinion, was so influential. It actually changed the way a lot of public actually views reality in real life. It was that influential. So, fantastic movie, fantastic picks, have some bangers in here. So, without further ado, sit back, relax, have a drink of a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video. We're back at the Black Cave. Back at the Black Cave. We are back at the motherfucking Black Cave. I'm going to jump into my number 6 pick for, in my opinion, top or best science fiction pictures of the 90s. Demolition Man. It's a 1993 action, adventure, comedy, crime, science fiction movie. This is directed by Marco Brambilla, produced by Stephen Bratter, written by Peter M. Linkoff. This stars Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes, Sandra Bullock, Nigel Hawthorne, Benjamin Bratt. Dennis Leary has a part in here, so a lot of big names in this movie. And this was, in my opinion, probably at the top or at the pinnacle, or not the pinnacle, but the upswing of both these guys' careers, Sylvester Stallone and Wesley more, because Wesley really didn't start getting popular till the 90s. Sylvester has been popular since the 80s with Rocky, Rambo, plus the movies he did in the 70s, Paradise Alley and all that stuff that weren't quite as popular though, but that's where he gained, in my opinion, his being known as an action hero. And this was, I think, Wesley Snipes' come-up movie. And I've had this for so long, I actually have the Laserdisc version of this. And I wouldn't be surprised if they come out with a 4K of this. If I find the right price, I'll pick it up though. But very fun movie, great action in it. And they did a great job of mixing the science fiction action along with the comedy. So if you haven't seen this, definitely pick it up. It's, in my opinion, a sci-fi cult classic, Demolition Man. At number 5, we have the 1996 action-adventure science fiction movie, Independence Day. This was directed by Roland Emmerich, produced and written by Dean Devlin. This stars Will Smith, Bill Pullman, Jeff Goldblum. Judd Hirsch has a nice part in there. Randy Quaid, before he went totally batshit crazy. Adam Baldwin has a part in here. Vivica Fox. I'll leave that alone. A whole cast of characters and great actors and actresses. And this revolves around strange phenomena surfacing around the globe. Skies ignite and terror races throughout the world in major cities as these extraordinary events occur. Basically, you have these huge spaceships just pop up. And if you haven't seen, I'm not going to go into the whole detail, but similar to Wesley Snipes, this was Will Smith's kind of one of his action come-up movies. He started gaining his popularity, I think in the 90s, about that time. He was getting over the some of the rapper image and getting more into acting and serious acting, action movies though. And it's another movie that I've had for a very long time. This is the Laserdisc version of Independence Day, and it did so well that they had a sequel, but Will Smith wasn't in the sequel also, and the sequel didn't do quite as well as the original. But fun movie. I love science fiction. I love alien movies, and they did a great job of balancing the action and the sci-fi together, so it meshed very well. So my number 5 pick, Independence Day. My number 4 pick, this is the 1995 mystery science fiction thriller, 12 Monkeys. This was directed by Terry Gilliam of Monty Python. I've been a Monty Python since I was a kid, watching on PBS, Monty Python's Flying Circus. Robert Cavallo, produced by Robert Cavallo, written by Chris Marker. This stars Brad Pitt, Bruce Willis, Joseph Molito, John Seda, Michael Chance. And this revolves around the year 2035. Convicted James Cole reluctantly volunteers to be sent back to the time to discover the origin of a deadly virus that wiped out nearly all the Earth's population. And I won't give you too much detail if you haven't seen it before. Very cool, very quirky, basically going back in time movie. I love Brad Pitt in this. He just acts like the complete psycho. And just an interesting, quirky story. This is actually so popular, it birthed a television show, which I haven't seen. I don't know how many series it went through, though, but very cool 90s picture, quirky, going back in time, and even nice little twist at the end. So if you haven't seen this, you're a sci-fi fan of the 90s, definitely pick up 12 Monkeys. My number 3 pick, this is a 1990 action science fiction thriller, Total Recall. This is directed by Paul Verhoeven, produced by Buzz Feitshans, and written by Philip K. Dick. This stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Rachel Ticotin, Sharon Stone, Ronnie Cox, and Michael Ironside. You might know Michael Ironside from Scanners. And Arnold Schwarzenegger plays this construction worker, Douglas Quaid, who's obsessed with the planet Mars, and it leads him to take this trip to a company called Recall. Recall specializes in giving these some type of virtual vacations where they sit you in the chair, kind of hook your brain up, and you actually think that you've had a vacation somewhere, an exotic country, planet, or whatever. He gets in the chair and things go a little bit differently. So if you haven't seen this, I'm not going to ruin the plot for you or give you any spoilers, though. Very fun movie. It kind of has a Running Man feel. If you've seen Arnold Schwarzenegger Running Man, those two movies, along with 6 Day, they kind of put him in that action science fiction category also. They also did a remake of this with Colin Farrell, which wasn't as bad. It wasn't a bad movie. It's pretty decent, great special effects, but it just didn't have that cult feel that Total Recall. If you think of Total Recall, you're going to think of Arnold Schwarzenegger, not Colin Farrell. But great movie. If you haven't checked this out, check it out. Also along with Running Man and The 6th Day. My number 2 pick, this is the 1997 adventure comedy mystery science fiction movie, Men in Black. This is directed by Barry Sonnenfeld, produced by Laurie McDonald, and written by Lowell Cunningham. This stars Tommy Lee Jones, Will Smith, Linda Florentino, Vincent D'Onofrio, and Rip Torn. And you have Will Smith, somewhat of a rookie cop or a newer cop, who gets the opportunity to join this elite government entity that deals with extraterrestrials and things that the general public doesn't know. Very fun movie, very popular movie. This is so popular that it birthed 3 other movies: Men in Black 2, Men in Black 3, the Men in Black International. Men in Black 3 was actually in 3D and had Josh Brolin in there posing as a younger Tommy Lee Jones. And the last one, Men in Black International, didn't have Tommy Lee Jones or Will Smith. I think that's one of the reasons they didn't do so well. They had, I think, Chris Hemsworth in there. So, but very fun movie. Wondering, because we seem to be in the year or the decade of the franchise movies. You have Lethal Weapon 5, you have another Rambo, I think there's another Mummy coming out, possibly another Matrix. So is it possible that we might see another Men in Black? I don't think Tommy Lee Jones could do it. I don't think he might be too old. That'd be interesting to see. Men in Black 4, or maybe Will Smith, or maybe some new characters. Tell me what you think. My number 2 pick for sci-fi movies of the 90s, Men in Black. By the way, Men in Black had a dope soundtrack. I remember specifically the Men in Black song with Will Smith. Then you had The Nautic with Nas, and you had Escobar 97 with Nas. So, and please, no Baby Driver jokes about my iPod. And without further ado, my number 1 picture for sci-fi movies of the 90s, The Matrix. This is the 1999 action science fiction movie, Matrix. This was directed by Lana Wachowski, produced by Bruce Berman, and written by Lily Wachowski. And I'll get into the Wachowskis in just a second. But this stars Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, Carrie-Anne Moss, Hugo Weaving, Joe Pantoliano, and a core of other people. And this plot, if you one of the rare people who haven't seen The Matrix, is set in the 22nd century. The Matrix tells the story of computer hacker Neo, who joins a group of underground insurgents in fighting the vast and powerful computers who now rule the world. And just the whole concept, well, back to the Wachowskis. They must have updated my CLZ Movies app, because they have Lana and Lily Wachowski. But if you look on the actual movie, this is the original. I don't have the updated version of this though. But if you look on here, they have the Wachowski brothers. So they're siblings, but they're not brothers anymore. You go look that up and you figure that out though. But just the whole concept of we're possibly living in this computerized simulation, and that we're possibly hooked up somewhere and they have tubes sticking out of us and this is not actually happening. This movie is so great, people actually push that theory. And some people actually believe we might be living in a simulation. Out of this set, I think the second one is the best movie. The fourth one that just came out, didn't love it. Maybe I have to watch it again, but it didn't have the same oomph that the first two had. Great special effects, great fight scenes. CGI in certain spots, a little sketchy, but overall, aesthetically a beautiful looking movie. Great storyline, great action. It lulls a little bit in some parts though, but that's developing the story though. But in my opinion, this is one of the best pictures of the 90s. So I think they're coming out with a Matrix 5. Hopefully they make it a little bit better than the last one. But again, I'll watch the last one again, and maybe I'll have a different opinion though. But these are my top movies from the 90s. If I can get all these in here. There we go. These are my top movies from the 90s. If you have any 90s favorite science fiction pictures that I didn't throw in, leave it in the comment. But if you made it this far, appreciate it. Give me the big thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit the like. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone be safe. Deuces.